Hello and welcome to today's edition of Top Rated Recruiter Spotlight. My name is Adam Conrad. I'm the founder and CXO of Great Recruiters, and I am joined by one of our Q4 2023 top rated recruiters, Jake Pritchett. Jake, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. And before we jump in, I'm just going to do a little bragging about you, Jake. Jake is 4.74 stars, 97%, highly recommended. These are his candidates who highly recommend him with 66 reviews. And I just love reading the reviews that candidates leave. You never know what they're going to say, but the genuineness of what they talk about, I think, is important. Jake was very attentive and listened to my needs. He's committed to finding answers to my question. It's a great experience working with Jake. He has a genuine interest in employment partnerships. Jake was easy to talk to and flexible. I mean, these are things that candidates want. They don't want friction when working with a recruiter. So kudos to you for creating a great experience for those folks that you help out, Jake.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Awesome. So, hey, give us a little background on yourself. How long you've been in the industry? Who do you help?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been in the staffing industry for about 3 years now. Started off on the light industrial side. Now more on the professional services side. So our main focus is going to be procurement, accounting and finance, and HR type roles.
That's awesome. And how did you get into this industry?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's always kind of a funny story in this industry. I feel like everybody's got a different story behind it, right? So for me, I was kind of an interesting one. I joined the Navy right out of high school. So I did it for 5 years and then wanted to be closer to home. Was working in Lansing for a little while, and I had a local friend that was doing really well at a staffing company and recommended I give it a shot. And the rest is history.
That's awesome. And tell us a little bit about Blue Chip Talent.
Yeah, Blue Chip Talent is a great organization. We specialize in 3 different areas over there. So we deal with IT, engineering, and then on my team, we deal with professional services. We've been around for quite a long time. Did go through a name change back in 2014 over to Blue Chip Talent. But we had a great wealth of knowledge, and you can see by our Google reviews and the way people talk about us that we have a really good reputation in the area.
That's awesome. And as a recruiter, how has Great Recruiters helped you?
Yeah, it's great. I really enjoy it because it's a concrete form of data that kind of shows the impact that you've had on candidates and people that are seeking employment. And then as far as future people that kind of want to do their own digging on you too, it's a great way to kind of exploit that and show them that, hey, this is what some other individuals have had to say about me in the past.
And how is that received when you're sharing that information with new candidates? Because candidates have a lot of choices, right? There's not a shortage of recruiters out there. So when you're sharing your background, that information, how is that received from the candidates that you've shared it with?
Yeah, I think it's received really well. I mean, I think it's really important when you're able to get an outside perspective into what you have going on. Because I could talk about myself all day, but this is what other people have to say about it.
That's great. And what does being named top rated mean to you?
Yeah, it's fantastic. I just really just kind of shows like again in kind of that concrete manner that people enjoy what I'm doing. They like the help that I'm able to give them, and it's something I can show to other individuals too to help them, get the insight to, also gain our services.
Yeah. And what do you think that means to your candidates being named top rated?
Oh, I'm sure it's huge. They know they're working with somebody that knows their stuff. That's going to help them along the way and going to be an actual advisor and career coach for them.
Yeah. And talk to me a little bit about that. Like advisor, career coach, what do you feel the role of a recruiter should be in the candidate recruiter relationship?
Yeah, absolutely. I think advisor is probably the best word for that, right? I mean, we have roles that we're working on and they have jobs they're looking for, right? Really, the main goal is that you're trying to meet in the middle, listen to their career goals and what they're looking to do in the next, role here and try to see if it all makes sense and matches up for them. Instead of trying to go down the route of, this is what I have, what do you think about this? You really got to try to gain some insight onto what their operating reality is.
No, that's really good. And when working with a recruiter, because there's not a shortage of people to talk to, we know that. But when working with a recruiter, what should a candidate be looking for?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think a lot of that information you're going to be able to find out kind of on the initial phone call. They have to have a reason for calling you and listening, and they actually want to take the time and know what your goals are and what path you're looking to take, instead of just kind of pushing a job at you and seeing if that's something that checks some of the boxes for you. And you really just want to make sure it's somebody that's going to be attentive and, gets back to you and responds back in a timely manner.
It's good. And Blue Chip has been with great recruiters since the beginning, which is amazing to think that, a platform like this has been so adopted. What do you think the impact is of having great recruiters for Blue Chip talent?
Yeah, I think the impact is great. It really shows, again, that data behind every person that we meet gets a chance to review us, good or bad. It's mostly, luckily for us, because we do a really good job of what we do, we get good reviews. And it's just nice to be able to show that out there. And then also like a little competitive within the team, right? Who's doing the best job this week? Who's got the most reviews? And something that we all kind of enjoy.
No, that's great. And so having competition towards people getting reviews based on creating great experience only benefits you as a recruiter, the organization as a staffing industry, and it benefits the candidates. It seems like a win-win-win for everybody.
Absolutely.
That's great. Talk to me a little bit about what you're seeing from so far in 2024 as far as the job market. What are you seeing out there?
Yeah, 2024 is definitely on the uptick now that we're getting out of the holiday season. We're seeing a lot of different accounting roles in the tax space as well as the corporate space, different, automotive space for procurement type roles at all different stages of your career, as well as a ton of HR professional roles as well.
That's great. And what are the roles that you have available right now, Jake? What are some of the things that you're looking to fill today?
Yeah, some of the roles I'm looking to fill today is I have working with a numerous amount of clients that are looking for tax accounts during this ramp up season now that are in the Metro Detroit area. That would be in Novi, Farmington, as well as Troy. Another big roles we're looking to fill is some buyer roles that are over in the Novi area, heavy in the automotive background.
Awesome. And being what I would consider is you hit that critical mark, right? You've been in this industry for 3+ years. A lot of recruiters end up, not sticking around. It's a churn and burn. You're lucky you're locked in with a great organization that cares about the, training and development of their staff. But what advice would you give to somebody who's new to the industry that's looking to get into this industry? What advice would you give to a young recruiter out there?
Yeah, absolutely. There's definitely challenges initially, right? There's a lot of different things to learn. There's really no other job that's quite like it. Um, you're dealing with multiple facets of, different companies and their needs as well as, different candidates and their needs as well. So you have to be comfortable in the chaos a little bit, right? Being able to operate in that and really just have a genuine care for individuals. And I think that'll take you a long way.
That's outstanding. Well, Jake, I want to appreciate you being on here today. And again, congratulations on being named Q4 2023 top rated recruiter. It's been awesome. Hearing you, I can only imagine the type of career that you're going to have. This is going to be a long-term career for you. And candidates are definitely lucky to be working with you and the folks over at Blue Chip, and just want to wish you the best in 2024.
Absolutely, Adam. I appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah, my pleasure.